Hello guys, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a happy New Year's Day. 2023, hopefully it's all good and everything. And today we're going to kick off all the channel's videos this year with the top 10 best movies of last year. I've already done my worst movies of last year, and I'll leave a link to that in the description as well if you want to check that out as well. But without further ado, let's just get into a few honourable mentions. Werewolf by Night, X, Fresh, Prey, Turning Red, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Men, and Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. All 10 of those movies were great. I really had a fun time with them. I really highly suggest you check them out if you haven't. But there was 10 movies which I thought were far better. So let's get straight into it. So at number 10 is The Black Phone. A movie which I had no expectations for because the trailers look garbage. But this is a scenario where a simple concept of a horror movie is done to its full potential. Ethan Hawke gives a career best performance. I absolutely love him in this film as the Grabber. I think he pulls off this sinister sort of character so well. He's a great antagonist. The protagonist, the boy, Finney, great protagonist. He has a good arc as well. This is really high quality for a simple horror movie. The jump scares are not cheap. They're really well done. There's some very good atmosphere here as well, very creepy atmosphere. It's a film where you think you know what's going to happen at the end, but there is certain times where you think maybe this isn't going to be a good ending. And I really like when a film does that. And number 9 is what I said was the grossest movie of 2022. And that's Bones and All. Bones and All was a very strange movie, I'll be honest. It's very far from what Call Me By Your Name was, but I really did love Bones and All. I think it's a great romance between two cannibals. That's a very interesting idea. And one's trying to deal with the fact to not be a monster and try not to eat people. The ending is gut-wrenching. It tugs on your heartstrings so well. It's easily one of the most saddest endings of the year, easily. The performances are all great. The romance is done well. So much chemistry between the two actors. The blood and gore just looks so real. There is so much heartbreak in this film, but you like it. But I would not suggest this to anyone who's into big romances with no blood and gore, because this is a very gory film. But to a person who loves drama, who just loves fun dialogue, really creative dialogue, a really good romance, some blood and gore in there as well, this is a film for you, 100%. And number 8 is a movie which I give a 9 out of 10, but I don't think it's the best movie of the year. Top Gun Maverick. The feel-good movie of the year, easily. Tom Cruise does it again with all his practical shenanigans. He's very stupid, I know, but that's why we love him. Also, some great flight camera work. The director had a hard job to do, getting the sun direction right and everything, just to get a good shot. They took a lot of time with this film, and they did it so well. The action scenes are all thrilling because you actually know it's people, flying these planes. And that just adds a lot more tension once you know that. Add to that, there's a great emotional story and some good character arcs there. A very good romance. There's a lot to love in Top Gun Maverick. And it is a near enough perfect legacy sequel to a film which I don't think is that great, to be honest. And number 7 is a movie which I only just watched last night. It's Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. Rian Johnson does it again by writing a non-linear mystery with some charismatic characters, charismatic performances, and Daniel Craig doing an American accent. What more could you want? Add to that, I think this is more funnier than the first film. I think the characters are way more interesting. Says some good messages about how rich people, have more power because of money. And I like that a detective who is quite poorer than these rich people has to try and deal and find the mystery killer. I really do think this is a vast improvement over the first one, which I didn't think really needed to be done. But somehow the movie does it. Rian Johnson does it again, and I can't wait for the third film. Please, bring out the third film sooner or later. And number 6 is a movie which I have been wanting for ages, The Batman. This is the Batman film I've always wanted. I still think The Dark Knight is better, don't get me wrong, but this is Batman in a nutshell. This isn't really a superhero movie. This is more of a crime thriller mystery. And it does it so well. I'm invested into this world. I don't want to live there because Gotham is just a real shithole. But I love this world. Robert Pattinson kills it as Batman in this. Even though I do have my flaws with the way he portrays Bruce Wayne, he kills it in this film. The villains are so well done. The Riddler is just amazing in this. The interrogation scene, just like The Dark Knight, was my favourite scene. Just pure dialogue. There is so much to love about this film. The action scenes, the car chase, just thrilling. The Batman is the Batman film I have always wanted. And while it doesn't top The Dark Knight, it is easily one of my favourite superhero movies of the year. Kicking off the top 5 is The Menu, a film which takes a dig at critics and rich people and how they ruin their lives. Great message, done very well. Ralph Fiennes is near enough Oscar worthy in this film. I don't care. He's just so good at making a killer chef sympathetic and very nerve-wracking as well. You feel tension whenever he's around, but sometimes you also feel a bit safe. It's so strange and Ralph Fiennes pulls it off amazingly. Anya Taylor-Joy plays a great protagonist as well. In fact, everyone does a great job in this. Everyone has so much charisma, great dialogue. The humour is just great. I was laughing my ass off so much. And if you haven't seen The Menu, it hasn't made enough money. I'm telling you this now. If you haven't watched The Menu, watch it. You will thank me later. And number 4 is a movie which is going to get a bit of hate. I know I'm going to get a bit of hate for this, but I don't care. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I know a few people that really didn't like this film, but I just loved it. I loved it so much. This is a fitting, emotional tribute to Chadwick Boseman. They didn't have to make this movie, but they did for him. Shuri's art to becoming the Black Panther is done very well, which was something I was very worried about. After all, as I said, she was only a side character in the first film. But it's done very well. Introduced some new characters like Ironheart, who I'm looking forward to seeing in the future of the MCU. Some thrilling action scenes, a little bit over top the villain, but still a perfectly compelling villain. There's so much to love, and easily one of the best post-credit scenes in the MCU. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is an emotional ride, and easily is one of my favourite MCU movies. And number 3 is a movie which I saw so many times with so many people. It's Nope. Jordan Peele's third film is a near enough masterpiece in my opinion. Sends great messages about how we view a spectacle. It's very tense, very scary, has some amazing scenes which just really got my adrenaline going, my heartbeat racing because of how tense it was. Daniel Kaluuya is just amazing in this. Him and the other actors just have so much charisma, so much energy. The characters are really well compelling. There's some great arcs, great lessons to be learnt about this film. Add to that, if you're a big fan of horror, it will mock the genre a little bit, but in a way which you will find it satisfying. Nope is a great film. Please watch it. It didn't make enough money. And number 2 is a movie which I think I like more than I should have, but I don't care. It's Pearl. Pearl is the prequel to the movie X, which is an honourable mention. And I think it does a great job at making a villain scary and sympathetic at the same time. Mia Goth is, again, Oscar worthy in this. She is amazing. I cannot wait to see what they do in Maxine. I think this little trilogy that they're doing is great. The villain is so well done, so well written. The movie's scary. And it's like Wizard of Oz mixed with a slasher. Never thought I needed that in my life at all. The ending is so creepy, that final shot it keeps giving me chills. I love this movie to death. I would highly suggest watching it. If you liked X and you still haven't watched this, please watch Pearl. For me, it's a perfect movie. But there is one movie which I did find a lot better. And I kept saying it throughout a load of videos, but this movie is for everyone. Whatever genre you like, it's for everyone. And of course, it is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This movie's title basically explains the whole movie. It has everything you want: action, sci-fi, mystery, horror. Everything all around the screen, all at once in one film. Michelle Yeoh, again, is just fantastic in this film. It has a very strange story, very original story. And it's done so well, I was crying at the end. Very big emotional beats, a great message to send to the audience as well. The action scenes are some of the best of the year. I'm a big fan of, martial arts sort of action scenes and films. Honestly, this film has everything for everyone, honestly. I loved every minute of this film. It had me crying. It had me entertained. It has a great original story. If you think that original stories are dead, think again. You're not watching enough movies. Because Everything Everywhere All at Once is original and it's here to take over your life. And that is why Everything Everywhere All at Once is the best movie of 2022. But guys, that is it for the end of this ranking. I hope you all enjoyed. That's probably the final thing we're doing about 2022 now. Next time, it's probably going to be the most anticipated movies of the year. But please, let me know what your favourite films of the year were. Let me know what you think of my list as well. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. And see you later.